Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So, I took a break because it was the holiday and I had my husband to myself for 5 days, well, minus one day. And we just really enjoyed each other's company and hanging out in front of the fire and hanging out with our dogs and just enjoying our time relaxing together. It's been pretty rainy around here, so we haven't gone out and really done much of anything. And I absolutely hate the winter. I hate the rain. Unless it's warm, it's weird. So throw me on an island, it can rain. I don't really care, but I hate being cold. So I'm going to talk about some things that have been happening in my life as of recently, health wise. Um, well, I would just say the results are recent, but the symptoms have been happening for a little over 2 years now. And I kind of knew, but I didn't really think it was what it was because I thought that I was too young and I was told that I was too young. But not really knowing family history as far as like what's hereditary and stuff like that has been an issue because I think I probably would have known this was going to happen if yeah, I knew it was hereditary. So let's just get into it. I'm going through perimenopause. I'm only 39 years old. I will be 40 in February 2020. Um, and I kind of knew I was going through this because I did my research based off of my symptoms. Um, it's it's not anything I'm upset about really, but there were some upsetting things that were told to me, and I don't really know how to think about things right now. Okay, so let's just start by saying, oh, pardon me. Um, a little over 2 years ago, I started noticing symptoms as far as like restless sleep, and I just chalked it up to body pains that I had due to accidents or lack of massage and chiropractic work or whatnot, because that is the first career field that I was in, massage therapy. So I know a lot about the body and the bones and stuff like that. And I just chalked all these symptoms up to me not taking care of my body in that aspect. And I was wrong. So I'm going to go back a little further. When I was 16, I think I was 16. It was around that age. I had jumped on birth control because I was having crazy period pains, crazy cramps. I wasn't having like heavy periods. In fact, they were fairly normal, if not light. But I was having these insane cramps that would like have me on the ground in fetal position. I'd have to get picked up from school by my parents, by my grandma, by whoever could help me at the time. Um, and I wasn't really believed until I was seen. Forget about that part. That's just me tapping into stupid crap from my past. Okay, so um, it was just weird to have these crazy period cramps, and so I jumped onto birth control to kind of like regulate that, and it helped. Like it significantly helped. It was like night and day. But also I jumped on it because I was a teenager, had acne, and at the time orthotricycline was the popular birth control method for women and teens. And so that's what I took. It cleared up my skin. It significantly got rid of my cramps. I still had them, they just weren't as intense. So over the years, still taking the pill, still taking the same brand, um, didn't have any issues. Didn't think of anything. Didn't really think of any side effects. Wasn't having any that I knew of. And then as I got older, I felt that I had to switch my birth control method, or no, my birth control pill type, because I felt like it was bringing on unnecessary anxiety. And I was trying to avoid that at all costs because it would disrupt how I would respond to people in my job. And in a lot of jobs that I had, it was of a higher position as far as like supervisor, manager, stuff like that. And so you can't really be snapping at people in those positions if it's unwarranted, and you can't really be snapping at your customers neither because you're not going to get the promotion. So I thought, oh, maybe it's the birth control, making me feel all weird and stuff like this. So I would try out different birth controls. I can't necessarily remember all of the names, but the last one that I tried was, I think it was Liza, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but all of the method of birth control that I would get would be through Planned Parenthood. And I didn't want to go to a family doctor. It was easier for me to go to a Planned Parenthood and not have to deal with my stepmom. It was just a safe place for a teen to go who didn't want to deal with an abusive stepmom and then have her life sheltered even more so. So she knew it was on the pill, but either way, pardon me, I have something in my eye and it's driving me bonkers. Okay, so I believe the last one that I ended on was Liza. I can't entirely remember, but hold on. I'm going to pause and I'm going to double check. 1 second. Okay, yes. That was Liza. So Liza was the type of pill that would prevent you from having a period. Um, I have been on pills prior to Liza that were like that because why not? When you have an active lifestyle, and I'm not talking sexually, I'm talking like always going places, always on the go, swimming, stuff like that, big camping, things you don't want to deal with a period at. So I was like, yeah, cool. I don't want to have a period. Let me get that, right? So I only would take, I took pill form. Most of my, from 16 to, I want to say, maybe 5 years ago. I don't know. I took myself off the pill 3 or 4 years ago. I can't entirely remember, but it's been quite some time. Um, it was definitely before my wedding, so it's definitely 2+ years. Either way, I tried an IUD one time, and that was cool until I wanted it out. I can't remember why I wanted it out. I think it was one of those I thought, oh, maybe this is messing with my anxiety too, and I don't want this foreign object in my body. And so when they took that out, that was a horrible experience because it fucking hurt, excuse my language, because your insides form around it. So when they pull it out, they have to yank it out. That means they're yanking on your fucking insides that are attached to this Y-shaped piece of shit that they got to put inside of you. Because why do we have to have the birth control? Why can't men have the birth control? We're the ones who get pregnant and have to carry a child for 9 months, whereas a man can fuck whoever he wants and get whoever many people he wants pregnant. So y'all need the birth control, not us. Anyway, some of y'all need birth control, but anyway. So went back to pills. Sorry. Went back to pills. Liza was the last one. Mainly my birth control was, no periods. Got off the pill because I was going through a change in my life, and I'm still in this change where I don't really care to go to the doctor if I don't need to. I'm not going to put unnecessary medicine or pills or whatnot in my body that doesn't need to be there, birth control being one of them. As I was also aging in my late 30s, I wanted to see the difference in my body not being on the pill. Like I said, I was on the pill from 16 until about, let's just say 36 to be safe, because I'm 39 now, and I think I've been off it for at least 3 years now. It could be a little bit more, but I know it's definitely more than 2 years. So I wanted to see what my body was going to do. The changes, if there were any whatsoever. And little did I know there was. But like I said, I thought it was just me not taking care of my body, and maybe my body or my hormones or whatnot going back to normal. So the changes. I wasn't getting a period. I was told by my doctor, even my best friend, other mutual females that were on the pill and that have been on it for a long time, that you might not get your period for a while once you get off the pill because your body is trying to go back to normal. And you are getting rid of this pill inside of your body. It's like, okay, so I'm not going to get a period for however long. So it was kind of stressful because even though my husband and I use protection, and of course at times we didn't. I mean, it's my husband, but anyway, um, you kind of had this stress of like, fuck, am I pregnant? Like, I need to go get a pregnancy test. Like, is this why I'm not feeling good? Like, what's going on? And so that was irritating as hell because I'm 50-50 about having children, and he doesn't want kids whatsoever. I think it's mainly because the world, in his opinion, is not ideal for him to raise kids in. And and I just don't think he feels that it's the right lifetime for him. And I agree with both of those. That's the 50% of me that is like, yeah, I think the world kind of sucks, and I don't really want to have kids. And I mean, sometimes I don't want to have my dogs, like, um, but the other 50% of me would love to be a mom, would love to teach a child all the things I was told no, that I couldn't do, that I couldn't have, that I couldn't be a part of. And I would just love to see a little human that I created with my husband grow into something awesome and that could possibly change the world. I mean, who knows? What if they're the next president and they're the best that is out there for us, and that there will be a great future for us old people because of the children we're creating today? I don't know. That's the other 50% of me. And because I'm a woman and we are born to breed and create life, like that is just that's within us. That's part of our body function. Like, we make life. Anyways, so there was the stress of not knowing if I was pregnant or not. So I had to buy pregnancy tests and this, that, and the other. And then magically on my wedding day, my period came. Like, woo! Thanks. That was strange. It wasn't crazy, but it was there. It was like, hey, what's up? I'm still here, just checking in. And it was more like a spotting type deal. Um, and then it went away. And then September, okay, so I got married last year, 2018. That was like our actual wedding. I got married at the courthouse. We got married at the courthouse in 2017. But my wedding day in front of everybody, excuse me, got my period August 11th, 2018. It was weird. But like I said, it wasn't heavy. It was just like, hey, what's up? I'm here. And then it went away. And then this year, September 2019, I got a real period. And I was like, holy shit, my body's finally back to normal. Like, I was actually excited about it. It was such a weird thing to be excited about. Like, I even documented it, everything, because I had to tell my gynecologist all the news, right? Give me just 1 second. My apologies. I'm back. We have a pellet stove fire, and I have to watch the fire to make sure that the pellets aren't piling up, so there's not some crazy bullshit going on in the pellet stove. So anyway, period left, and then I was like, okay, that's it. It's gone. But then the symptoms just started coming on a little bit stronger. So here are some of the symptoms. And I noticed it like after my wedding. So I gained an unexpected like 15 pounds just in my abdomen. So I was like, okay, I need to work out. I'm comfortable because I'm married now. I don't have to worry about a dress to fit in. And I love food. Although some people would say it doesn't look like it, but I love food. But I was also changing my food habits. Like I was coming out of the bad food habits, like the sodas, the ice creams, the candies, the sweets, the bad stuff, the eating certain meats all the time. Like I even tried to I was a pescatarian for a couple months to try that out to see if it would trick my body into helping me lose unnecessary weight. Um, and that was great. It did help a little bit. But like I said, some of the weight was still there. So I get this unnecessary weight just in my abdomen. And so I switch up my workout to try to do more with weights. And so I would start out on the treadmill just to get like a warm up. And I was working out 5 days a week, about an hour a day. And the weight wasn't dropping, maybe by like a pound, pound and a half, but the weight wasn't dropping. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Okay. So I stopped working out because I was like, well, this isn't working and it's totally demotivating and I'm just frustrated. And then my sleep, it's just, I'm constantly tossing and turning, or I can wake up in the middle of the night wide awake and I'm like, what do I do? Like to not wake up the house, but to pass the time and hopefully go back to sleep. So I try to go back to sleep. Um, the brain fog. Oh my God. The brain fog is so real. It's crazy. Case in point, just over this holiday weekend, I went to go and reheat my coffee in the microwave. And please save your comments about my microwave use for yourself. I really don't care. Um, in our home, we don't have much insulation. The home was built in like the 1920s. It's really old. There's really not much insulation here at all. Long story short, it gets cold. So my coffee got cold really quick. And I went to the kitchen to go and heat up my coffee. Only I walked over to the sink and almost poured water into my coffee instead of putting my coffee into the microwave to heat it up. Good thing I caught myself as soon as I put my handle on the faucet. But God, that sucks. That's just one of the things that has happened. But I easily forget things. I am seriously in my own foggy little bubble. Like, I don't really know how to explain it to be best understood, but this is how I can explain it. I care, but I don't care. It's not that I'm lazy, but I just don't. I just don't find the need to do things that are going to drain me entirely of my energy. That's another thing. I have no fucking energy. Like, I'm always tired. I can get 8 hours, 10 hours of sleep, and I'll still wake up tired. I will gladly take a nap, but I hate taking naps. I think that it's a waste of time, so I don't do it. And I'm tired. Um, but yeah, I'm so forgetful of things. But then when I'm like not trying to think of anything, like shit's just coming out of my mouth. Like, whoa, I remember the first and last name of that person from like 20 years ago. That's insane because I haven't seen them in like 20 years. It's just little things like that. And it's very frustrating because I didn't think that I'd be going through this at 39. Like, I don't feel 39. I don't feel my age whatsoever, except for the symptoms. Um, and the path that I have taken in life, which is like, I don't party anymore. I don't go to the bars. I don't do that stupid shit because it was hindering me and my talents that I wasn't tapping into or that I didn't realize that I had. So I just stopped doing all that stupid shit. But I know my limit. I know how to have fun. I'm not a prude or anything like that. But the symptoms are just insane. And didn't think I'd be going through this at 39. And so I did my research. And I was talking to a couple of people about it, even my gynecologist, a little over 2 years ago. I was told, no, you're too young, you're too young. And it's like, okay, but this is what I'm going through. And so, in recently seeing my gynecologist and explaining what I just explained to you guys watching, she was like, okay, we need to run some tests because it sounds like you might be onto something. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm not a dummy, but I'm not letting Google run my life and tell me, yeah, this is what you're going through. But it was all there. The signs were there. I just didn't want to believe that I was going through that. So tests come back, and sure as shit, I am perimenopausal. And apparently, in doing my research, this is the worst part. Oh, another symptom I forgot to mention because it's all coming to me. This is another part of the brain fog. I can't, if I had notes, which I might somewhere, I don't know. I think I took notes. It'd be easier, but I've been having night sweats for years. It's just been something that I've adapted to, but apparently it's part of the perimenopausal bullshit. So the night sweats are real. But when I get cold, I get cold. But maybe that's just because I fucking hate being cold. My family's from Portugal and Hawaii, and we're from the islands. So we like it warm. At least I like it warm. I would love to move to the island because I can't stand living in the bay. I can't stand this cold weather. I just need me some 70 degrees plus all the time. You can rain if you want. Just be warm. But anyways, I want to go back to where my family's from. But anyway, so that's what I'm going through right now, and the mood swings are real. Like there are some, I wouldn't say mood swings. I would just say mood changes because, as I mentioned before, it's like I care, but I don't care. I don't care about shit that's really not going to serve me any purpose. And then the shit that I really do care about, if I'm causing a fuss over it, it's because you're not listening to me and you're doing shit that I don't like, or something like that. I don't know, but it really depends on the situation. But they're controllable. It's not like they're PMS mood swings, which I've never used that as an excuse in my entire life as to why I am the way I am. Like, you have your period from whenever you fucking get your period. And if you're like in your 30s and 40s and blaming your actions on your PMS, you're childish. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. I think it's just fucking childish. You know your shit's coming. You know what's going on. Control yourself. Like, chill the fuck out. If I can do it, you can do it. Like, I've never used that fucking shit as an excuse. I think it's stupid. But yeah, I think perimenopausal, I think this whole thing is stupid as well. And I think going through it at 39 is stupid. And so I'm wondering if, and I kind of thought about this the other day, and I found 2 articles, but I have yet to read up on them. But I'm wondering if this is a cause of the birth control. I'm wondering if being on a birth control that prevents you from having a period causes you to go into early menopause or whatever it is at an early age. Because like I said, isn't this stuff for like women in their late 40s, early 50s or something like that? Like, I wouldn't imagine this to really be going on to anybody in their late 30s. And in speaking to some of my girlfriends who are around the same age, it would kind of make sense if birth control has caused this, because I don't want to say it was crammed down our throats, but it was pretty much crammed down our throats at that time because, you know, it was the new orthotricycline, the new thing, clear up your skin, be on birth control, you know, like, and I mean, it wasn't like there was commercials like that or anything like that, but, you know, word of mouth, whatever. So, and I found 2 articles, and I'm gonna read up on those, and maybe I could tap back into this video, make a part 2 of this regarding my information that I read, and some information I'm gonna gather from some people that I'm gonna speak to and have spoken to. But I want to say that this most likely has to be because of the birth control. My grandma's not around for me to, my grandma on my dad's side is not around for me to see if early menopause or anything like that is hereditary on her side. I am not on good terms whatsoever with my biological mom, so that's kind of out the door, and I really don't speak to any connection to her by choice because it's just very toxic um, for me in my life. Anyway, so I don't know if it's hereditary. Yeah, I got some research to do, and I will be back with my research and my notes. And I guess this is just part one of perimenopausal stage one, starring me, hopefully helping you and others out there, because I'm learning that there's really not much information out there for those of us that are 39, maybe younger. It's There's no pamphlets. You get told that you're too young, so on and so forth. So I'm here to tell you that you're not too young, because the doctors, they don't know everything. They're not fucking scientists, and it's not like they're doing experiments on this shit all the time. So we got to help each other, and I hope that I'm going to help you, and I hope that this has helped you in some way, shape, or form, and make you not feel alone in this, because I did until I started talking. I wasn't sure if I was going to say anything, because I had some comments like, "Why are you excited about this?" And it's like, no, I was. It's not like that I was excited about it. It just proved my research that I looked for myself, that I found for myself based on my symptoms. Oh, one more thing. So, what did my doctor say when the test results came back? I almost forgot and almost closed this out. So, when my test results came back, yes, you're perimenopausal. And I think what hurt the most, and if I cry, I'm sorry. I think what hurt the most is her telling me your eggs aren't viable anymore. Like they're done. Like you got these eggs, but they're just nothing. And I think like if I would have known that this would happen at 39, even though I'm 50-50 about the kids, even knowing that my husband doesn't want to have kids, what if he were to change his mind? What if we were to change our mind? I wish I would have known that I was going to go through this, because I would have frozen my eggs. But to be told that your eggs aren't viable anymore, it just kind of makes you feel like a part of you has died inside. Like I will never have a chance at being a mom. That's what my gynecologist said. So I asked her, looked her dead in her face and said, "So I can't get pregnant whatsoever?" And she said, "No, your eggs aren't viable." She said it again. So, okay. And I was like, well, it's not like we were trying to get pregnant anyway, but just to have that option on the table still would have been great, Like, I feel like my purpose has been severed. Um, and then I asked her, so does that mean we need to still have protected sex? And she said, no, you don't need to wear condoms. You don't need to take birth control. She's all, I don't mean to keep repeating this. She's all, but your eggs are not viable. You cannot have children. She's all, I'm sorry. She's all, it does suck being at a young age, but you can try later on down the line to either have somebody have a child for you or whatnot. And it's like, okay, yeah, but part of that child's not me. It's my husband and somebody else. If that's what would want to happen. Like, it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't have my facial features or traits from me or anything like that. So, and then I was like, oh well, yeah, and then there's always adoption, because I've always said, if we didn't want kids now, and say we both got snipped or whatever, there's a lot of children out there that need homes, and I am completely open to helping if that were to come down to that. But I would love to have my own children, if I could. And being told that I can't just sucks. So that's that. Um, I'm going to do some more research, and I will be back to share my findings, and hopefully this helps somebody. Like I've said, feel free to leave a comment. Please be nice. I won't take anything that is not nice. I won't deal with it. Nobody has to deal with that. And if that's in your blood and the type of person that you are, just don't even try. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great Monday. It is raining over here. I'm going to try to get some projects in the house done, and I will talk to you later with part 2. Peace.